Guys, there's so many freaking ants. Well, it's not like crazy, but I just see them and they're making me freaking mad. And the thing is, I can't even tell where they're coming from. That's the worst part. Because you know, usually you're supposed to find the entrance point, but I can't tell if they're like coming from downstairs. But I've been like looking around to see where they go, and they don't really do anything. Well, I just have this liquid bait trap. Just because I can see like where they're coming from, but I don't know where their entrance point is from. My mic? Well, I mean, it's probably because my room is like really empty. I literally have a male living space right now. No, it's the right mic. But like I can't help it. I literally, the only thing I have in my room right now is my mirror, my bed, and my PC desk. I literally have a male living space. Let me open this really quick. Need some caffeination. Holy frick, I just heard that echo. These ants are making me... Like, how do I destroy all of them? Get the freak away! Because when I first moved in here, there were so many. It's definitely lessened, but there's so many. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, I have baits. I have traps and bait. Well, let's see. I just keep seeing one and then I just want to destroy them all, but then you know if you kill ants, they like release like a scent and then their ant comrades are like, man down, man down! They're actually rage baiting me every time they pop up. Really? Yeah, they do. They release like some sort of scent and then they can tell where their ant comrades fell. It's like they're getting like pinged on the mini map. I also don't have my freaking other light. So I'm literally like, is the echo that bad? I literally look like I'm in an insane asylum. Like I didn't bring any of my plushies over yet, so male living space. I mean, if I turn my camera, you guys are literally gonna see the male living space. I mean, like, it's so empty. Bro, where's my stuff? I haven't moved it in yet. But honestly, I kind of like it empty. I'm like, the maximalist life is really not for me. No, I never roasted John and Daff for it. But I don't like having a lot of stuff in my room. That means it's just clutter. Oh, oops, I accidentally hit the top of my mic. I don't have pillows right now, but I don't like sleeping on pillows most of the time because they hurt my neck. Thank you for the 44 months, Kev. Thank you. But after the PoE announcement, which is like 30 minutes, I think. 30 minutes? We can watch the Sony State of Play or whatever. That was yesterday or something, right? Actually, The thing is, what was I gonna say? I forgot. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Thank you for the 30 months, Dexcon. What flavor is this? This is frostbitten citrus. Thank you for the 45 months French fry guy. Not in drawing. I kind of want to figure out. I kind of want to get rid. I kind of want to like hammer down on these ants because I was trying to figure out where they came from yesterday, but still can't really figure it out. And they're annoying. And kitties. Well, one kitty is in my closet right now, and then the others are just kind of like running around. My place has ants already? No, it had ants before I even moved in. So I'm getting rid of the ants right now, or I'm trying to get rid of them. I got in here and then there are so many, especially like from the entrance of the door. And then those like, they're all like on the bottom lining of like, yeah, they came for free. I was like, oh geez. They were literally waiting my entrance, and I was like, oh Gog. No, they're not stealing my food, but there's a bunch. When I first like got in here, it was from the front door, and they would all like go. And then there was one entrance point from like the. Maybe I should get chalk. Yeah. There was one like in the corner of the kitchen like counter, and then I was like, those are like the two big points that we saw, and then I don't know about the other. I don't know about the others, but those are the most noticeable ones at least. Peppermint oil could help. Hopefully they're not no, they're just jobber ants from what I've seen. They're just little guys, the usual. And I think I found there's a cleaner called borax, and if you mix it with sugar that help your house. Really? Have I been observing them? Yeah, I have. Ants are kind of cool though. I kind of like observing them. This is a naked room. Okay, what do you suggest I fill my room out with? Okay, I'm gonna turn my... What do you guys think I should put in this corner of my room? I mean, I haven't moved my plushies yet, so they can go back there. No, I was literally going to... I was thinking, what if I just trapped all of the ants? What if I abducted all of them and put them in an ant farm? They would get lost. They'd be like, where the frick is I? Is that a bed with no frame? Yeah. I have the bed. I have like a... Well, I have like a really tiny like bed frame thing, but I don't have like one with a headboard or anything. But I never bought one. I never wanted to buy a bed frame that was heavy because if I move, then it'd be really annoying to move around. So. Kidnapped. Wait, do you guys hear Haru? Okay, wait, what if I change my mic to this? How does this sound? I think this would pick up everything more. This is worse, right? Is this better? More static. Why is Kitty in the closet? Because he chooses to be in there because he's scared. Because he's like, oh god, it's a new place and I'm scared. Hello. He's just at the top of the closet. Cause I came downstairs because my brother just took over. Binu and Kumo moved here first, and then Yuza and Har really didn't want to leave, so we left them there, and of course we like fed them and stuff. But then my brother went back for them today, and then yeah. My brother was like, can you guess where Haru is? And I was like, And then I looked in his little, like, crate thing, and then he was just, like, hiding in there with his towel. He's just like, do not perceive me, I'm scared. I don't have a mansion. Does Bina get her own bedroom? Holy frick, you know what? Her bark echoes really loudly. I mean, you guys will probably hear it later on, but her bark, because it's like pretty empty right now, the house, so she's like, burp, burp. How many floors do I have? It's two. I have an upstairs and a downstairs. Yeah, you can hear my brother talk. I mean, the sound traveling from my room to his room, you can hear. I mean, our rooms aren't like that far apart either. Dude, Bino has a lot of fun here though. I mean, my brother also talks pretty loudly though. Like, I mean, he probably talks louder since we're like in a house now, and he doesn't have to worry about neighbors. But I mean, you guys will. I mean, I usually don't stream at the time he's like playing his stuff, but you would hear him like yell. From 1 to 10, how loud do I talk? It depends what I'm doing, I think. But you know, I'm gonna put on my other things so you guys just don't hear my brother talking from the other room, I think. Too bad Night Rain has no stims. I still stim in Night Rain though. Thank you for the 4 months transflow. Thank you. No, my brother legit was like screaming, yelling yesterday, and I was like, are there things to be yelling about in Lost Ark like this? I don't think so, but I don't think he's going to leak something. The only thing he talks about is he's just talking to his Lost Ark raid members or his friends. Lost Ark ... He's like, nah! And I'm like, I think a new raid came out or something, so maybe that's why. But I'm just like, I'm like trying to think back to when I used to raid and stuff. I would just be silent. Why are people still play Lost Ark? Don't ask me, bro. I don't play no more. He's gonna leak the secret Lost Ark guild text. They're the only guild still playing. Actually, you were good at raiding. I did not raid the capital. Did I use a new kitchen to cook yet? No, because I want to get rid of all the ants. But you know what is actually really good? Have you guys tried the Popeyes wraps? I actually tried it the other day, maybe like 2 days ago. And it was really funny because Void, like a couple of my friends tried it at the same day. It's not a huge pickle, it's like a couple of pickles, I think, but Superset is disappointing. Okay, no, he said the spicy one was good, which I told him I like the spicy one, and I said I haven't tried any of the other ones, so I don't know. But he got his goofy got the regular one, and then he said the spicy one was good, but then he said the regular one was not goog. Yeah, I'm wearing my Daft pants. You guys like it? My 39 Daft pants. He said one of them was room temperature. Did he? I think he ordered it, didn't he? Because I don't think he definitely didn't drive out to get them, because he was literally talking to me while he was getting it, and he was like, T minus whatever minutes until his chicken wrap gets there. And I was like, well, if you order it, sometimes it'll come lukewarm. I mean, what do you mean? Yeah, if you get it right then and there, then you're like, He was playing Kelp Card when he's talking about it. Okay, but can you really trust the taste buds of Super TF? Well, he did say the spicy one was good, but then he said the normal one had a bunch of mayonnaise in it or something, and I'm like, yeah. Well, that's your fault for ordering the regular. For the McDonald's snack wraps? Yeah, I heard Super was like, why are all these companies coming out with like wraps again? I'm like, because they realize that they're freaking peak and they're really goog. No streamer's taste buds can be trusted. I feel like some people have good taste buds. Do you guys still hear Haru? Haru's going. Isn't Philly like the best city in the US for good food? Said no one ever. No one's freaking saying. Who the frick is saying all of that? Feel like Cheese Whiz. Feel like Philly cheesesteaks, maybe. My mom would actually enjoy being in Philly. 9 minutes until the POE thing. Yippee! And then we can watch some React slop, and then I'll probably head off. And figure out where these ants are coming from. Ultra mad. I don't have a Switch 2. Dude, yesterday, Void was like, are you streaming today? And I was like, no. And he was like, oh, do you want to play games? And I was like, sure. And he's like, yeah, I'm in line for my Switch 2. I'll be back at home in like an hour or two. And I was like, he's definitely not coming back in an hour or two. Like, that is gonna be a long line. It's gonna take forever. And then, yeah, he was literally in line until, like, I don't even know. Probably, like, midnight my time or even past that. I was like, oh, jeez. But he has nice roommates. He said his roommates came to bring him food and a phone charger thing because his phone is freaking dying because he was out there for so long. I was like, oh, that's so nice of them, actually. Thank you for the 45 months, Alex, and thank you. Yeah, that was literally the reason why he wasn't playing Night Rain yesterday. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and then tomorrow we have Mario Party. Wait, was Haru in the corner? Haru! Haru! Hi! Wait, Kitty? Haru? He says, where am I? I'm scared. Kitty? OMG's tail's down. Yeah, he's freaking scared. He's like, where is I? Wait, maybe my cats will just eat all the ants, huh? Are you gonna kill them for me? What if they freaking stomp on them? Maybe he'll find where they are. I mean, I wouldn't put it past my cats to like, well, if the bug was big enough, they would probably go like... Oh, my cats love flies. They always go like, patoo, patoo. Ain't he so cute in the back? Backing. Did I find any more ticks? I don't know if it's... I think it was a tick, but I saw it because it was like near the door entrance, and I was like, that looks like a tick, I think. And then I went, freaking pummeled it, nuke down. Blit. Did it tick me off? No, it was just more like I'm worried. I don't want it to be near my animals. But... Yes? Where are you? I hear him meow. Meow, meow. Hello, Miss Bubble Butties. Where? Oh, you're under me. I was like, where did you go? I had it. Oh, your tail is up. I was down. Kitty! Say hi! His heart is beating so fast I can feel it. Kitty! Bye-bye! Or you can sit here. His usual spot. City! He looks so worried. He's just smacking me with my tail. Or smacking me with his tail. Because how is he traveling? I think he always hates moving all the time. He gets really scared and he hides in his... Because I usually wrap him in a towel. And then... If I played music on my speaker, how much would it echo? I haven't set up my speakers yet. They're literally behind me. But, I don't know, should I try bass boost? Should I try playing a bass boosted song next time and see how it would rattle, like, the The desk. Yeah, maybe I'll try it next time. What about the JBL speakers? No, I have I don't know, I got these random ones off Amazon, but I've heard all the reviews are pretty good, so I tried it out and then they're actually pretty good. The webcam volume? Alright. Brace yourselves. How's the sound? I see it peaking to the red point. Oh jeez. Go back, yeah. The sound is good. Now slam it. Oh yeah, wait, let me test out one of these. Alright, turn down your volume if you don't want to hear this. Like, how would a desk slam sound? I don't slam my desk ever, but if I were a rager, how would the sound? How's that? Wink? Well, I don't want to freaking slam my desk. What if I slapped it like a drum roll? No, I really can't. I don't want to smack my desk. I mean, it won't break. It's a pretty sturdy desk from IKEA. I got this like a couple years ago, but... Thank you for the 15 months, be a maniac. Thank you. My new room looks sick. Does it? I mean, it's literally just white walls. Does it really look sick, or does it seem like I am sick myself and I'm in a mental... I'm in an insane asylum, is what you mean. I'm sick in the head. White walls. How's Kitty? Both of my kitties are good, but, or not both. 3 of my kitties are good. Yuzu seems pretty confident. Kumo... He keeps meowing at night. He's like... Meow, 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 meow. He does that while he's like scouting the place. Or when he's running around. Oh, Binu loves running around. She like jumps on the top of the couch and then she's like a cat. She traverses everything like a cat. But when I first got here, she was afraid of going up the steps. She was like, at the bottom of the stairs. She's like, I don't know how to get upstairs. I'm like, you've literally gone upstairs before. You're good. No, I'm still in Texas. No, the drive wasn't long at all. So it was chill. It was a fine commute for my pet. But Binu kept doing the... You know when dogs are anxious? Thank you for gifting 20 subs. Skywalker, thank you. If you guys got a sub, please make sure to say thank you. Oh, hold on, we gotta watch this. We gotta watch this. Dev stream found here. And before that, I have to... 1 second. I can't put my link in my freaking thing. Thanks for gifting a sub to Forsen. Yeah, sometimes my internet's kind of funky, so hopefully it doesn't freaking die. I don't know why, though. I don't know why. Sometimes I have internet issues, but... We'll see. I'll figure it out as I go. Meow! I mean, my internet seems fine at night, at least. For the most part. It kind of DC'd... last night-ish, but... I don't have Spectrum today. Holy frick, look at everyone spamming login at the side. Thank you for these 17 months. Meeks, thank you. Oh, wait, how do I unmute?
Path of Exile Secrets of the
Oh,
Atlas is
frick!
coming out 1 week from now on the 13th of June. And we're committing right now to a 4-month cycle for both Peewee 1 and 2. That means the next Peewee 2 League will be in August, and the next Peewee 1 League after that will be in October.
I need to be under the Path of Exile category
So
of
able to claim your Skull of Undeath helmet skin by following the instructions
watching preview.
Just because Path of Exile
There
is
we
a
go.
first-person shooter doesn't mean this isn't important. Proudly or shamefully,
And then I need to do
on global chat to show it off. And with that, let's get to why you're here. Secrets of
Is it
the Atlas.
buffering? Do you think it's the freaking...
You can search 1,000 worlds and still never truly discover who you are. Trust me. I should know. But now, I seek something more tangible.
Is it better?
Someone I care for.
It's the ants? Yeah, maybe it's the ants in the internet box.
Memories. Made real.
Not buffering for you?
Made grotesque. Made foul. These manifestations must be destroyed. Their threads.
I might have to take a little talk with my ISP. It looks okay. Okay, why is this setting? Yeah, let's put it down here.
We must find the originator. We must save my sister.
Oh yeah, wait, one thing. Better? Okay, very nice. Sing.
Come, child. Drink deep the waters of life.
Yippee! Who's excited for the new Path of Exile? Dude, am I dying? Sometimes I like lose feeling in my hands. Like they're feeling a little like. Am I dying? Clappy!
I'm Mark Roberts, game director on Path of Exile.
Cause this has never happened to me
From the trailer, there's a
on
lot
the
to
regular.
Today, we will take you on a deep dive into the new Path of Exile Secrets of the Atlas in-game update.
I didn't actually drink energy drinks for a while. I don't have small hands. These are some large.
Integration of gold into PoE
I got some large hands. Look at this.
into the core game. Finally, we have a much-awaited upgrade to Betrayal League and a set of quality of life improvements.
Turn up the volume, please.
We'll wrap up by
Oh,
discussing
sorry.
our boss kill race event, showing
Beta?
our new supporter packs, and ending with a live Q&A session. Where
No, it's not that I need to stretch. I move my arms around a lot.
Path of Exile Secrets of the Atlas.
Not
strange
bigger than my
risks have begun
face,
to
though.
appear across the Atlas.
Okay, let's bring this back to elementary school where if I put my hand in front of my face, then you would
Partway through
go.
the endgame, you will
And
meet
then.
Egan, an intelligent man of mysterious heritage. These tears in reality he has discovered are actually threads of memory, distorted and made real by the Atlas. Egan is able to create a link
Is it
to these
still
memory
buffering?
threads
I don't
and
knowing.
portals to them. Working with Egan,
I might
you
have
must step
to. I
through
might have
and
to
find Zelda,
talk to my
or
ISP
whatever
after I'm
remains
done
of it.
streaming. Gotta waggle my finger at them. What are you guys
Okay,
doing
so
with my
that's the story
internet?
background. But how does this expansion actually work? In the Secrets of the Atlas, the pursuit of Zana with Egon is a new storyline that is introduced in high-tier maps. Upon meeting Egon and
Ooh.
discovering the tier, he will then transfer it to your map device and reveal this on your Atlas, a thread of memories. In order to now access each map on the thread, you simply need to talk to Egan when you're ready, and he'll open the areas in sequence. These areas can be fully influenced by your Atlas tree, scarabs, fragments, and everything of the sort. As you work your way along the thread, you will discover that these maps have manifested dangerous threats, influenced by the memories of Zana herself. Monsters here are imbued with memory petals. Defeat them to absorb this power, which can be unleashed as a special ability during combat. Different maps on the thread have different abilities, and these abilities appear on an additional mini
I'm trying to read what it says on the text on the bottom.
Memory of Disbelief will cause all affected monsters to stop dropping equipment items, meaning they can now only drop more valuable items, like currency and maps. Memory of Panic will make all affected monsters revive immediately after death, which means you can get
Born
twice as much
again
experience and drops from them.
Ooh.
And Memory of Impatience will cause all surrounding enemies to give you their souls, temporarily increasing your power. As you progress further into the thread of memories, the maps can have more than one memory. Thus, you can have
What the
more than
heck?
one
Getting a
powerful
Switch to
ability.
add in Italian?
As you gather memory
Hey, it's
petals,
me,
you can use
Nintendo.
these powers together. Each skill costs its own amount of memory petals. So using the examples above, you can first use Memory of Impatience to become way more powerful, then use Memory of Panic
Holy
to prepare
frick.
them to revive when they are slain.
What is the lore of
Then
this game
use Memory
again?
of Disbelief
There's
to
too
cause them
much.
to drop better, more valuable items. Finally,
Whoa,
obliterate
someone's
them
gifting
all.
100
The memory of panic
tier
will
1
kick
subs in the
causing them
PoE
to
channel.
revive, and then wipe them out
Cereal.
again, allowing you to get all the experience and enhanced drops twice. There are many combinations of these powers, so you'll have to carefully consider how they best work together. That's not
The
only
Steel
extra layer
Soul.
of content boosting these maps offer. As you defeat the boss of each map along the thread, you are presented with an altar. This altar will apply a
On the
modifier to all
petals.
following maps in the thread, and these will stack as you go. So the deeper you delve into a memory, the more mods you will have. This, combined with the special abilities, will allow for some of the most juice maps ever run in Path of Exile. Let's take a look at some
Yippee!
of the altar mods. You are always presented with two choices and must pick one. This mod, for example, will cause some rare monsters to be possessed by tormented spirits. Where this mod makes Kirak modifiers free to craft. Both of these apply to all subsequent maps in the thread. The final map in each thread is a true challenge, with all the altar mods applying to it and guarded by a powerful boss. Each of these bosses are familiar, but dreamlike, drawn from Zana's memories and warped by the Atlas into something very different and terrifying. In this map, you will fight the pinnacle boss, Cirrus. Fueled by Zana's affectionate
Am I
memories of
buffering
her,
again?
his enhanced
Oh,
abilities can prove to be
jeez.
a unique challenge. If you manage to defeat Cirrus, or one of the other warped memory bosses, they will drop a map fragment, which Egan can use to delve deeper into the memory tears. With these, you can access a set of 3 new pinnacle bosses. In this arena, the Moment of Reverence, Zana is reliving a memory of her father, Valdo, giving a passionate speech in Oriath. The Atlas distorts this memory of her father as a powerful,
I wonder why
influential man
buffering.
and manifests those emotions into a twisted nightmare, the incarnation of dread. Another memory created is the incarnation
Maybe I
of
can lower
neglect
my bit
and
rate.
the incarnation of fear. Good luck,
It's the
exiles.
ants? Oh, jeez.
Of course, if you are brave and strong enough to defeat them, each of these new pinnacle bosses have new unique items befitting them. If you slay the incarnation of fear, you might be lucky enough to find the Star Caller unique abyssal axe. We're gonna show this one because it's straight up badass.
Really?
The
Okay.
Starcaller axe is a weapon that can harness the power of the stars themselves to deal immense damage. What makes it shine, however, is that on
Whee!
melee crit, it casts Starfall, a new skill. With the right build,
This is
you can
pretty.
carpet entire areas and wipe out screens of enemies as you rain down the elements upon them. Another item you may find, and this one is my favorite, is the Wine of the Prophet unique flask. It consumes a lot of charges, but every time you use it, you draw a random divination card,
Huh.
This card appears above you and correlates to a powerful buff. If you draw the Escape card, you'll gain increased movement speed. Or maybe you'll draw the Doctor, which will cause you to gain the modifiers of slain rares you kill.
Ooh.
Effectively, you can think of this
Fun.
unique as being many other uniques all in one. There are many, many cards to draw, each with varying degrees of power to grant. Okay, but let's get back to the Atlas. After defeating all 3 new pinnacle bosses,
Yeah,
you'll
enjoy
be able to
gambling.
find
Here you go.
new
Thank you for the 6 months,
memory-influenced
Shinozaka. Thank
tier 16
you.
maps. These maps come with the previously mentioned special abilities and monsters infused with memory pedals, but can also roll the same modifiers typically found on tier 17 maps, making them far more rewarding. With all these new memory maps comes a new item mechanic. Items in these maps can drop with memory strands, and will have a random amount up to 100. This
Wait, I should
does a
move
few
myself.
things. When you identify
blocking
the item,
some
it
of
will
the
increase the tiers
stuff.
of modifiers your item has.
Here we go.
Generally
Boom.
speaking, the more memory strands, the better the item will be. On top of this, whenever you're crafting that item using currency orbs to replace or add modifiers, such as alterations, chaos, and so forth, it will consume some memory strands to make the crafted mods more powerful. The new pinnacle bosses also drop new crafting currencies, which can be used to manipulate the amount of memory strands on an item. The Orb of Remembrance will let you add memory strands to any normal equipment. So if you have your perfect base to craft on, and it doesn't already have memory strands, you can add some before crafting it. The Orb of Unraveling will consume all remaining memory strands on an item to randomly upgrade its mod tiers. This orb's effectiveness is based on the number of memory strands it consumes. The Orb of Intention can be used on memory influence maps to reduce item drops, but improve the chance to find items with memory strands. In the process of adding these new currency items, we realized something was missing. The Shaper and the Elder did not have their own Exalted Orbs. This has now been rectified. Both bosses now have Exalted Orbs, which can add their influence to an item. Zana was there from the beginning, when the Shaper Pinnacle fight was first added. She helped defeat the Elder, and she was a critical part of the Conqueror's storyline. Now, with all 6 influence types having their own Exalted Orbs, the cycle is complete. It's almost as if we could now do some sort of new, epic, unique item to interact with them.
Did it just start buffering when I turned on the stream? It was fine before, right?
Tree support for this new in-game content. Let's take a look at a few things we're adding.
Okay.
Grasp the Past notable passive skill increases the chance for the amount of memory strands on items dropped in your memory influence maps to be lucky. This means it will roll the number of memory strands twice.
No,
keeping
just
the
in
highest
general, I
value.
see.
By allocating traumatic experience, remembered kindness, or educated upbringing, you'll decrease the chance of finding memory threads that lead to specific bosses, meaning you'll have better chances at finding
Freaking
the memory
internet.
threads you would like to run. This is especially useful if you want to target farm a specific boss because of its unique item drops. In sum, the secrets of the Atlas will have you questioning what is real as you attempt to free Zana from warped memories scattered throughout the Atlas. You'll fight new Guardian and Pinnacle bosses tormenting her, find crazy new Pinnacle uniques.
Why did Super just show me this stupid meme? I'll show it after.
New heights and craft powerful new items. While we were showing all the juicy rewards from the new in-game system, you might have noticed that a lot of gold was dropping. Let's talk about that. Gold was introduced during the Settlers of Kalgur expansion. It funded the development and operations of King's March, along with various new features such as the currency exchange, the black market, and the passive respec system with Faustus.
Yay!
Those features offered by Faustus will be here to stay, along with some of the other services King's March has to offer. We'll get more into that later, but don't worry, King's March has already been completed. There will be no more town gold. Like before, gold will be used for town services, but we're also adding a new way to use it in the upcoming league. It's time to talk about Mercenaries of Trathus. In this league, you will meet veterans who have travelled all the way from the lawless cities of Trathus. They're ready to offer their sinister services, but not for free. You will encounter these mercenaries as you journey through Rayclast, one in each area. They have their own personalities and come with different builds, skills, and items already equipped. After meeting them, as per the Trathan code, they will challenge you to a duel, a test of strength and conviction. Before beginning the duel, you will be offered an overview of the mercenary you've encountered. Here, you can see the gear they have equipped, the skills they employ, and any support effects augmenting those skills. You must now make a choice. You can hire their services, take one of their items, or exile them. If you choose to hire them, for a gold cost, they will accompany you as a skilled combatant to assist you in fighting monsters throughout Rayclast. Once you've decided, you can begin the duel. This is a great opportunity to test them, as you don't want to be out of pocket with a useless rookie. However, they're testing you too. They also don't want to be working for an amateur. So, what items might they be using? Generally speaking, mercenary gear is more powerful than what you'd normally find from defeating monsters, as they've been crafting their items too. They can also come equipped with unique items, those that would make sense for the skills they are using.
My agent said he was watching my stream on hotel Wi-Fi, and he said he hasn't seen my stream buffer. So I'm like, I don't know.
With the mastery of the arcane.
Shrug.
While equipped, increases to cast speed from Arcane Surge also apply to movement speed, which is worth noting is now 20% inherently from Arcane Surge, up from 10. They also grant Arcane
You haven't
Surge
either?
This allows for some speedy spellcasters. Sometimes you may meet particularly infamous
You already need to
mercenaries
change my
bearing
stream
the name of their
settings.
house. These mercenaries descend from the 4 major death trade families in Trathus. They are less common, but have far better items. And they are also the sole source of items with new, infamous modifiers, unseen before in Rayclast, such as these gloves, which convert all of your minions' fire damage to chaos damage. Or this helmet, which causes nearby enemies to take more physical damage as you gain more fortification. If you're not swayed by any of their equipped gear, however, you can always challenge them for the contents of their pockets. If you lose the duel, don't worry. You don't need to give them an item. You aren't bound to Trathan tradition like they are. However, you are bound to Rayclast tradition, so you'll just die.
Bet.
Me. Well, not really.
While playing in a party, each player can decide whether or not they want to participate in combat against the mercenary. For each player that opts in, the mercenary gets more difficult. But if they're defeated, each player has a 50% chance to get a random reward, which is usually currency items from the mercenary's pouch. Alternatively, party members that opt out of the fight can spectate and cheer you on, or they might wish for your demise, so they can pick up that allocated divine waiting off screen.
Dead.
It's literally right there.
Let's say you won the duel.
Wow, you guys hear that? Wow.
What combat
Who the
skills
frick
do
is
they bring to the
driving the
table?
car?
Each mercenary has an archetype. Here, this mercenary is an eruptor.
That's
which perfectly
me?
couples with my slower, more aura-focused sign. This mercenary is highly aggressive, and will get a lot of benefit from the auras and buffs I provided. When I'm playing a more aggressive character myself though, I'll want a mercenary with a bit more resilience and utility. I've just run into a striker, who can spawn with Vigilant Strike. And if you're lucky, a very rare golden support that causes the fortify granted by his Vigilant Strike to apply to me as well. He will also frequently use Enduring Cry, taunting enemies off of me, and operating as a tanky frontline while I blitz off damage from the back.
Maybe
Sometimes
after
when
the
you fight a mercenary,
sponsor's done,
you
I
may
will
notice the
try
skills they're using
changing
are
my
different from
stream
normal.
settings and
For example,
re-stream
this
and see if
sniper
it
is using
starts
a
with
Trathan
the
version of
buffers
Siege
again or
Policy.
not.
If you're lucky, you will be able to select it as your reward when challenging them. Then defeat them, and they'll drop the Trathan
It
gem
is
as
a buffer for it,
promised.
but yeah, but I don't wanna
can only
run
have one
into
mercenary
an
accompanying
issue
you at
of
a
like
time, but up
buffering
to
again.
3
I
total in your
freaking
service.
hate tech
The other 2 will
issues
wait patiently in town.
or internet
Having
problems,
varied
so
options is useful, as there may be situations where you need specific backup, like a difficult boss fight. Any of your mercenaries you have active, or in your reserves, can have their equipment replaced with items of
I mean,
your
not
choosing.
even during sponsor time, but
They
it
don't level
just
up,
freaking
so you will
annoys
want to be
me.
looking out for more skilled and more powerful mercenaries as you advance through the campaign and endgame.
Ooh.
If your mercenary falls in combat, you will need to return to town and spend some gold on healing supplies to get them back on their feet. Then perhaps consider giving them some upgrades. if you think
Epic.
it's
Sup,
deserved.
Kent?
I just wanted to clarify, mercenaries do not lose their equipment when defeated.
Ooh, very nicing.
If your merc
Zup.
buddy consistently fails you, you can just dismiss them and find a new, more resilient ally.
You walk your path, I'll walk mine.
Bye-bye.
Earlier, I mentioned you could exile mercenaries. If you keep running into a mercenary archetype and you think, man, this guy stinks, their gear is trash and they have no auras, you can then choose to exile them. If you win the duel, they'll be forced to leave with their tail between their legs, and you won't
Oh,
encounter
very
that archetype
nice.
again for a while. Now, alongside these new Trathan arrivals, we shouldn't forget about the recent Kalgurin ones too. As we mentioned earlier, the Settlers update introduced gold-based respeccing of passive points. You can now do so by talking to a number of NPCs throughout Rayclast, starting with Bestil and Lionized Watch. Black market item gambling, previously just available in Kingsmarch, is now available in each town at the same NPC. This lets you buy randomly generated item bases for gold. Very useful if you're stuck for upgrades or searching for a specific unique. The currency exchange will be returning too. Starting from Lionized Watch in Act 6, you'll be able to find Faustus, who can help facilitate these trades. Now, after almost a year of building, Hyoon is finally satisfied with the upgrades made to the town, and now its services can be used to their full effect. Kingsmarch is going core, but there will be no more town building. As you start running maps in the endgame, you'll start to find different ore veins, which Kalgurin workers can mine for you. The shipping mechanic invites you to send these ores and crops to Karui and Kalgurin ports, and they'll return rewards in kind. By sending shipments, you'll receive different items, but by sending to Karui ports, you will also receive tattoos, which can be used on your passive tree to change what stats they grant. The Kalgurin ports will be sending back rune grafts, which is a new passive tree mechanic that replaces the runesmithing service previously offered by the town. These are similar to tattoos, but instead of replacing stat nodes, they replace a passive tree mastery node. For example, Runegraft of the Bound reduces bonuses gained from boots, but increases bonuses gained from gloves. Runegraft of the River has a chance to recover your life to full if you reach low life. And the Runegraft of Time, which has a chance for your cooldown skills to instantly recover from their cooldown, which I will note includes cooldowns on your triggers, just in case you wanted to trigger even more spells. There are many other rune grafts which cover a wide range of different builds and stats. Some are more common and others rarer. You can only use one of a given type at a time, but you can use them on any mastery on your passive tree, which can be particularly useful for off-class investment. Isla has continued to make modifications to the Recombinator. She has developed a new method of recombination that you may recognize from Path of Exile 2. For those unfamiliar, this method allows you to decide which modifiers on the two input items you want to try merge together, and it has a success chance you can see. This method can result in the items being destroyed.
Yippee!
However,
Gamma
it is a good option
time!
to use when trying to create items with fewer mods to use as crafting projects. Given the existing recombinating mechanic was very powerful for top-end crafting, we didn't want to remove it. We have kept it, and you can now choose to use it the old way or the new way. By letting fate decide, it will combine the two items randomly, There is no risk of destroying either item, but it will be less predictable.
Ooh. Very nicing.
As Settlers is now a core mechanic, we've also added Atlas passive tree support. For example, if you wanted to gather more Verisium ore, you could take this notable. Each ore has a similar node. Refiner's Bargain converts items dropped by possessed monsters into thaumaturgic dust, sulfite into random ores, and life force into random crops. We've also added a set of Kalguran Scarabs, so you can add more ore deposits, increase the rarity of monsters that guard ore deposits to at least magic, or gather smelted bars from ore you mark instead of ores. To sum it all up, Kingsmarch is now a thriving town where you can employ a swath of workers to collect resources, refine ores, craft items, and run maps for you.
Yay!
Send shipments of resources in exchange for tattoos and rune grafts, using those to modify your passive tree to an extent never seen before. Following on from that, we've also made a substantial rework to another important mechanic, Betrayal. As a refresher, and to explain to new players, let's briefly explain what Betrayal is. Betrayal is a mechanic introduced in Act 9 and tells the story of Jun Ortoi and her investigation of the Immortal Syndicate. This is a mysterious group of exiles who can seemingly come back from death. You must help Jun to uncover their leader, the Syndicate Mastermind. The Immortal Syndicate is organized into 4 divisions: Transportation, Fortification, Research, and Intervention. As you encounter the Immortal Syndicate members, you'll gain intelligence for each of these divisions to discover the location of their leaders.
Betrayal
tracking them to their
explanation. I
safe
mean,
houses. Defeating the division leaders
I feel
at
like
the
when
safe
most
houses
people
will
look
reward
at
you with
Betrayal, they
intelligence
just
on the
stare at it
Syndicate
and they're just like, I don't freaking know what to
In
do
your
with
journey
this,
to track down the
John.
Syndicate leader, you'll manipulate the
They're
members
just like,
of the
yeah, I'm
Immortal
gonna just
Syndicate,
click
change
whatever and do my
divisions,
thing.
form friendships and rivalries, and even banish them from the Syndicate for
They
a
just
time.
need a full-on guide in the game. Guys, please help.
Historically, after encountering and defeating the Syndicate Mastermind, the state of the Immortal Syndicate will reset, requiring you to start from the beginning of the investigation again. This has always been a difficult decision for players and can often feel bad.
Is that
Do
a
you
light?
fight the Mastermind for a
No.
chance at the special loot? Or
That's,
keep farming the safe houses that you've spent so long
That's a
setting up?
wall plug and
Well,
an Ethernet
in the Secrets of
thing.
the Atlas
So I'm
expansion,
assuming if
we've
you
split
wanted
out the
to,
Mastermind to be
put something up
completely
there.
separate from the core mechanic. The boss is now accessible through a new fragment that has a chance to drop from the safe house leaders at high levels. The Mastermind no longer resets the state of the Immortal Syndicate. You can now build your betrayal board to your liking,
Mama,
optimize
a
it,
girl
do
behind
mastermind fights,
you.
and reap the rewards without having to lose all your progress every time.
No, I did not buy. I'm renting this place,
The
but it's
boss
also
fight
not a
itself has also been
mansion.
improved, now with significantly fewer immunity phases and new rewards. By the way, if you're a new player to Path of Exile 1, don't worry about all this detail. This content is optional, and you can discover and engage with it at your own pace. The Mastermind still has a chance to drop a Veiled Orb, now renamed to Veiled Exalted Orb. Veiled Chaos Orbs are being re-added to other safe house leaders. In addition, the Mastermind now drops the new All Flame Embers. All Flame Embers are map fragments that replace monster packs in in-game maps with different types of special monsters. These packs have unusual properties, compositions, or rewards. For example, you might use the All Flame Ember of Kulamak, which replaces packs with Syndicate monsters and their leaders. Who
Wow,
revive
this
after
game
the
looks
map
sick as heck. I
has been
can't
sold.
wait to
This
play it
might
with
at
all
first
my
seem
online friends.
annoying
Maybe I'll
to
stop getting
backtrack,
bullied at
but
school
these
too.
monsters when revived are far more intense and rewarding.
I don't know about that one. Okay, let's
It
be
is our
real. I
intention
feel
with
like
All
most
Flames to
Path
provide
of
many
Exile
different
players
types
are
combined
like
with other mechanics, multiplying
people
with
who
your
have
existing
jobs,
modifiers in
not people
new
who go
and
to
interesting
school.
ways.
People literally see the
Another good example
Path
this
of
is the
Exile
All Flame
like
Ember of Propagation.
release date
When
or
slain,
whatever,
special
or
rare
the
monsters
and then
added by this
they
All
have
Flame
to
gear
call in
will
for their
spread
paid time
modifiers to
off.
other
They're
rare
like,
monsters
guys,
in
I
the
can't
map.
come into work. I'm
This can be useful
really
when trying
busy
to
this
create
day. I have
similar,
to
very
really
powerful,
something
and
important to
very rewarding
do.
monsters. Something akin
Little
to
do they
Mech
know
Zones,
it's the
which
release
are
of
making a
the
reinvented
PoE
comeback with this
League.
update too. Another is the All-Flame Ember of Resplendence, which adds monsters that drop no items. But when you slay them, you get buff stacks of increased quantity and rarity to enhance the drops of all other monsters.
Can confirm my coworker did that.
All-Flame Embers can
Yeah,
be placed in your map device
it's
like
interesting
scarabs,
that PoE
and
is
used in
such
conjunction
a...
with scarabs to further customize your maps. We're looking forward to seeing which combinations
Like, so
players
many people
find to
play the
enhance their
game.
maps. Perhaps you'll use all scarabs, all flames.
I guess
or
that's
maybe
why I
mix
don't
and
understand
match.
what's going on. I'm a
It's
young
up to
lad.
you.
No, I feel like if you've just never played this game, you just don't understand. But
Mastermind's
even if
unique
you do
items
play
have
this
also
game, you
been
won't
improved.
understand until you play the
The
game
failed
like a
modifiers
couple of
generated on
times,
these
and then you
items
might
are now from a
understand. But then
custom
there's a
pool
lot to
exclusive
understand
to
in
those
this
who
game, and there's
use.
still parts of the game that you
Better
probably are
bound
like,
content,
huh?
For example, can now have various Spectre-specific outcomes, such as +1
And then
additional
that's why you
Spectre.
got some nice content creators
Aside
that
from
main the
improved
game
rewards
that
from
tell you how to
Mastermind,
do
all the
everything.
safe house rewards have also been rebalanced. We've done a pass on the crafting sprees at the end of many safe houses. For those who aren't aware how these crafting sprees work, well, it's simple. There's a crafting
Oh my
bench
god,
with an
look
item
at the
in it and a
freaking...
bunch of currency. There's a limited amount of time, and your only objective is to
The
craft
freaking
best item
time
possible
limit.
before the time ends. One of the problems that the crafting sprees have is that they often require you to have specific items on hand in order to best maximize your result. But how are you supposed to know that beforehand? In order to solve this, most of the crafting sprees now offer pre-generated items. This has also allowed us to add much more powerful crafting options in each spree. Let's take a look at a few examples. In this spree, a randomly generated amulet or ring will be
It's
waiting
crazy
for
this game is free, by the way. I know, that's what I'm
Test your
saying.
crafting skill or
In
luck
this day and
with this
age,
reflecting mist crafting skill.
most companies would shamelessly charge $100 for this game. And for each league, they would say, hey,
And
you
in
gotta
this spree,
pay
you
up
will find a pre-generated unique item and a new kind of orb that
for
resembles a
DLC in the
but
new
not quite the
league.
same. Normally, you can only corrupt an item once, but uniques in this spree can be corrupted and re-corrupted as many times as there are orbs. This orb also allows you to get 2 corrupted implicits and has a much lower chance to brick the item. It can be a very useful tool for seeking specific corrupted implicit outcomes. Of course, if you push your luck, you can still ruin the item. There are also crafting sprees where you still need to provide an item, but those items are generally more accessible and it occurs less frequently. This one allows you to bring your own normal rarity item, then just go ballistic with a whole ton of scouring orbs and orbs of chance, hoping to get your ideal unique. For most
Wait.
sprees, the rank of the syndicate member increases the amount of currency provided, the quality of the pre-generated items, and the time allowed to craft your item. Aside from the crafting sprees, there are other new options too. If you love gambling for currency, how about you try opening Varici's Emperor's Luck chests? These work just like the Emperor's Luck divination card and provide full stacks of currency. If you're lucky enough, unlike me, you could end up with a whole lot of divines.
Well, the odds of
Veil
that
is a good
are...
source of veiled items. Veiled items have some important quality of life improvements in this expansion too. All of the crafting bench options normally granted by unveiling items are instead now moved to the core game, so you don't need to run Betrayal to unlock them. They are instead found at the entrances to boss rooms and in-game maps. On top of that, you no longer need to speak to Hyoon to unveil items. You can just right-click them, or the equivalent on gamepad, and select which veiled modifier you want to unveil. Overall, Betrayal is now much more streamlined and more rewarding. Happy interrogations.
Bleh.
Now before we get into our quality of life edition,
Character
let's quickly talk about
balance.
some character balance. We will be doing our regular character balance changes where we are bringing outliers in line to help evolve the meta, but we are also focusing our attention on buffing some specific things. This includes spellcasting supports that specifically enhance self-casting builds, channeled spells, adding new options to the Guardian, Berserker, Elementalist, Saboteur, and Champion Ascendancy classes, which include some favorites from some of the alternate classes from Legacy of Freesia, and buffing a whole bunch of transfigured gems that never really hit the mark. Combined with the new endgame crafting, improved betrayal crafting options, rune graphs for your passive tree, new pinnacle unique items, new modifiers and Trathan gems from the mercenaries, and of course the mercenaries themselves to act as an extension to your character, it's safe to say there's a lot of new character options and builds to think about.
Yippee! Very nice Path of
We
Exile.
figured we'd just let you absorb them through the patch notes so you can do it at your own pace. In the Secrets of the Atlas expansion, we've also added a lot of the quality of life features that we know you've all been asking for. A lot of these have already been posted, but let's take a look now in case you missed any. You can now pause the game at any time by pressing escape to open the menu, or by opening any full screen interface, like the passive tree.
Ooh.
You'll also be paused if any lag is detected or if you disconnect. It's worth noting that in certain pinnacle arenas, a debuff will be applied to you that prevents you from pausing.
Yeah, the pause is very nice, actually.
We're also making a change to how you use currency items on strongboxes and monsters imprisoned in essences. Based on the currency in your inventory and the state of the strongbox,
Do you think Elon has understood anything that's been shown so far? No.
like divine orbs
But he will be playing, and then he'll have a map tab called Elon's map.
Orbs of Horizon have been updated. They can now re-roll your Elder and Conqueror Guardian maps. Doing so will re-roll the base map and the Guardian of that map. The map device now has a small additional inventory. This is particularly useful if you're rolling many maps to run in sequence, or if you want to use varying amounts of scarabs or other map fragments. During breach encounters, all the splinters will be automatically collected and dropped at the end of the breach.
Oh, very nice.
On Gamepad, we have separated the targeting of monsters and non-monsters, so you are able to target them independently. This removes a bunch of frustration when you are trying to interact with objects in the world and monsters are nearby. You no longer have to kill all of them first. Vendor windows will now remember your last search. This is remembered until you log out and is remembered on a per NPC basis. The amount of characters you can type in the search field has also been increased. When using currency items, after right-clicking them, it will highlight all other items which that currency can be used on. There are many other quality of life improvements, so keep an eye on the patch notes after this livestream concludes. Alongside the launch of Secrets of the Atlas, we are hosting a competitive event where players will race to be the first to kill the new pinnacle bosses. The event will take place in the hardcore, solo self-found Mercenaries of Trathis League. We have some interesting prizes in store for the winners. Keep an eye on the news in the lead up to launch for more details about how the event will work and what its prizes are. Next up, we're going to be talking about our new League supporter packs. Today, we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs, the Frisian Magistrate and Crypt Keeper packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions. As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way. The Frisian
That's a lie. If you pay, then you get better drops, by the way.
Exclusive microtransactions. The Frisian Magistrate character effect will bind your character in thorny vines and roses. You can select which parts of the character you want to have covered. Either your entire body, your lower body, or your upper body.
Okay.
As you approach waypoints, it will emit leaves and golden petals towards it. When activating the waypoint, it will create a burst around you. Envelop your weapon in thorny vines and golden flora with the Frisian Magistrate weapon effect. Your weapon will also create a trail to match as you swing, and even comes with its own hit effect when slaying enemies. You are the law, while wearing the armor of the powerful Frisian Grand Magistrate. The Spider Blossom pet activates its defense mechanism,
Ooh, very
disguising it as an
pretty.
elegant flower when near rare or unique enemies. The Frisian Imperial Magistrate back attachment comes in 2 forms. Equip either the Tombstone variant, which will leave tombstones in your honor when you meet your demise, or equip the Cape variant to cause the corpses of slain enemies to become enveloped in rose-thorn vines and blossom with golden flowers. Keep track of how well, or poorly, your ultimatums with the Trial Master have gone with the Trials of Chaos hideout decoration. It will keep track of the total number of waves completed, the total number of ultimatums succeeded, or even failed. On top of that, it will track the total number of times you've defeated the Trial Master himself. The Crypt Keeper Pack series also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions.
Ooh, that looks cool.
With the Crypt Keeper finisher effect, death itself will tear through into the realm of the living and steal the soul of slain unique enemies. The Crypt Keeper portal effect creates a gateway for lost souls
Yeah,
to
the
pass
portal
through.
looks freaking sick, actually.
Become the true master of the undead by wearing the hallowed Crypt Keeper armor set. It comes with a more armored helmet variant and a creepy mask with a spectral hood.
Wait, he's literally doing the
Looking to
grimacing
have some
face, like
fun during idle time in your hideout? The Burrowing Bramble Bash hideout decoration will
me when
test your
undead minion
reaction
aesthetic.
as you try to whack as many devouring
Are you
hits
guys-
as possible in the shortest time.
I mean,
It also comes with a
I'm
scoreboard,
honestly
so you can
not
try
a
to set
big
new
fan of the
records to
undead
show off to your
aesthetic,
friends,
but
or just visitors coming
looks
to try.
alright.
Equip yourself with the ghostly dead as you
Whack-a-mole.
ride the line between the living and the dead with the sacred Crypt Keeper back attachment. The Sacred Archives map device resembles a magical library with the works of scholars that come to life when you open a map. This map device tracks how many of each core league you've completed in in-game maps. These packs are now available for purchase.
Actually, I mean, I
on
guess
both
it
PC
depends on
and
how it's
console, and will
executed,
remain
the
so during
undead
Path of
aesthetic.
Exile, Mercenaries of Trathus. Additionally, any microtransactions from the supporter packs will be made available for use in Path of Exile 2. Meanwhile, the Paladin and Penance pack leaves the
Stinky.
store forever at the launch of the Mercenaries
Bye-bye.
of Trathus League. So now's your last chance to purchase them. Additionally, the Dawn of the Hunt mystery box will be made available for Path of Exile 1. If you have already unlocked any microtransactions from this box in Path of Exile 2, you will of course immediately have access to them in Path of Exile 1. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. We're just about to
Yippee!
start the Q&A with Ziggy.
Yay!
Afterwards, we'll post the full patch notes for Path of Exile, Secrets of the Atlas.
Clappy.
With release at the end of next week,
My
our
stream
community
buffers.
team will be posting crucial information you'll need for the release. Keep an eye on the news. Thanks for joining us today and checking out our latest developments. We're looking forward to dueling mercenaries, fighting new pinnacle bosses in the endgame, and exploring
talking to
the
my
new
brother about
crafting
the
systems and
internet.
character builds next week. We'll begin the Q&A shortly, so please get your questions ready.
Okay, yippee! Thank you, Path of Exile. Okay, are they buffering? Oh no.
Welcome back, Exiles.
Okay.
To another
Well, this is they're having my issues too. Oh jeez. Yeah, I think it's just their stream that's lagging. He's mogging us and he's literally just there. Okay, well, I mean that's the end of the sponsor because they never make you watch the Q&A section. They just make you what do you call it? Watch the thing. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. And I'm going to restart my... They made you watch a little? No, I see... That was like 30 minutes, right? And that's 30 minutes. I'm going to try messing with my OBS settings a little bit and see if... my stream buffers or something.